Grenada, a small island in the Caribbean. At just 20 miles long and 13 miles wide, it may be small, but offers plenty of outdoor and fun activities. So I have 7 days to do as many of the highlight attractions the island has to offer.
This is not your Aeon guest.
Yeah, this is just what I needed.
Staying in the central area of St. George's, I'll be visiting these sites using only local transportation.
We're here at the Etang National Park. Wow, this is gorgeous. Today we're actually going to be leaving the island to visit another island called Carriacou. We are at the Dodgy dock.
Welcome to street food.
Chicken meat!
Let's see what experiences may come as a solo traveler, spending 7 days in Grenada.
We're definitely in the Caribbean now. Welcome to the King of the Grill event.
Yes! May the best team win.
We got a couple of monkeys here. You said they're not aggressive, right? Ah!
Grenada is a country I've wanted to visit for some time, and it's the perfect fit for one of my shorter trips that I'm trying to do throughout the year in between my bigger travels, especially since I'm trying to budget myself on this one, seeing as my summer vacation is coming up in about 6 or 7 weeks. But all the videos that I've watched on Grenada, except for one, were all people booking resorts and hotels and private car services, and though that may be nice, it's not my style, especially since I'm trying to budget myself. But this one video I watched was the only one that mentioned Grenada being small enough that you don't need to rent a car, and you can get to these locations easily via using the local bus transportation. So Google mapping these places from where I'll be staying in the central capital of St. George's, most rides are about 20 to 30 minutes away. Some more, some less, but doable. So what do you say we head out to Grenada and find out if this could be a good do-it-yourself, budget-friendly travel destination? Leaving from JFK Airport in New York, my flight will take 5 hours to reach St. George's, the capital of the island nation of Grenada.
Welcome to Grenada.
Made it! And it's hot, but not too hot. Nice cool breeze, about 88. Perfect.
From Maurice Bishop Airport, it was only a 10-minute drive to town.
Alright, just got to the Airbnb. Lighting's a little bit dim in here, but very quaint, very cozy. It's 2:30 right now, so no time to unpack. We'll settle up later on. Gonna head to the spice market in town, buy some gifts for the parents, and then hopefully end the day at Anse Beach.
I quickly grabbed one of the local buses, which is more like a van, and headed to the Anse Craft and Spice Market. Popular for vendors selling everything from custom jewelry, food, spices, and hair braiding, but since it was a Sunday, there didn't seem to be much going on, so instead, I headed to the beach. Anse Beach is world famous for its 2-mile stretch of white sand and calm turquoise waters.
We just made it to the famous Anse Beach, a 2-mile stretch of glorious beach. It's a little bit cloudy and windy right now, so I'm still gonna go in, but I was hoping it'd be a little bit more sunnier. And it's also Sunday, so it's pretty chill. We got somebody doing some karate back there. She looks pretty legit.
I decided on lunch on one of the spots along the beach.
Steel pan music and tropical fruit punch. We're definitely in the Caribbean now.
That was just luck.
easy first day. It's been a great day. Everyone's so super friendly here. I got a couple of waves. People wanted to talk to me. What's your name? War. War. Nice to meet you, man. But tomorrow, we'll start the real adventures. So, nice first day in Grenada. Good morning, day number 2 from Grenada, and today we're gonna find out if this do-it-yourself experiment really works, because I want to head to the national park, which is about 20 minutes out of here. Not that far, but I'm gonna be doing it with the local bus. And with the local bus, there is no set time, there's no schedule. You basically stand at the end of the road and wait for the bus to arrive. And if it doesn't, you're baking outside, or if you decide to walk along the road and wait for one to pass by, you just wave it down and they'll pick you up. So we'll see how that goes.
It didn't take long for one to come through. For today's activity, I'm taking the number 1 bus to the St. George bus terminal, where I then transfer to the number 2, headed to Grand Etang.
That took about an hour and 2 buses. So the first bus was $1 Caribbean dollar, the second was 5, and right now $1 Caribbean dollar is about 37 cents. So total just over $2. Not bad, right? I mean, a little bit inconvenient sitting at the bus station for 30 minutes waiting for enough passengers to come before they can drive away. But yesterday I got quoted for $150 US to get a private driver to do all of the things that I want to do today. So definitely under budget, but you know, think about it, $2 or $150. All right, so I just went into the visiting center and it looks like I'm the first one here. Nice. It's also a little bit cloudy and windy, but at least it's not baking outside. We're here at the Grand Etang National Park, and what we're going to be doing is heading up to a viewpoint of a lake, and then we're going to hike around the lake, a little short trail.
The reserve is within the parish of St. Andrew. It contains Grenada's 4 highest mountains and famous for its viewpoints, trails, and Crater Lake.
Oh, we're already here. That wasn't even 5 minutes. This is the Grand Etang National Park viewpoint. It's really windy, but it's amazing being surrounded by all of this lush Caribbean greenery. Also, I think I got in for free because when I walked in and there was a ticket booth, and one of the gentlemen said that if there was nobody at the ticket booth, just walk up. So I think I got in for free. Budget traveling. That's the lake down there. That's where we're headed. All right, I just entered the lakeside. There might be some monkeys here. Got a monkey right there. Thank you, guys. Yeah. See ya. Oh, you can see the lake through the trees.
At 36 acres and 1,700 feet above sea level, the Grand Etang Lake is one of 2 crater lakes on the island, with a local fable saying the depths of the lake is home to a mermaid that lures men to a watery grave.
I think I made a friend. Hello. The reason I wanted to come here first is because this volcanic crater lake basically is responsible for creating the shape of Grenada.
But no need to worry about coming, because that volcano has been dormant for 12,000 years.
We checked out the lake. Now we're gonna see if we can go to some waterfalls. And this dog's following me. I don't know how long it's gonna follow me, but yeah, let's go check out some waterfalls. All right, lead the way.
After I pass the house, it's 2 minutes away. So yeah, we tried it.
A friendly local directed me to my next location, but first stopping for lunch, where I came across more Mona monkeys.
Making a quick stop for lunch here. Probably a burger. We got a couple of monkeys here.
You said they're not aggressive, right? Ah! That was aggressive. He jumped on my head.
Well, according to the gentleman at the restaurant, they are not aggressive, just quite playful, as they've been domesticated by locals and tourists.
A little pesky, but cute. One of them tried to steal my bag and the other one tried to bite my sneakers.
After having my quick lunch, I watched as a few tourists were having fun playing around with the monkeys. So, I thought I'd jump in on the fun.
I'm ready.
Oh,
That was quick.
we passed from one.
First for everything, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he has my phone.
Alright, so the area I'm going to now is called Sisters Waterfalls. It's only one road, so I'm assuming I'm going the right way.
Look at that. Nice. All right.
Oh, there's more people here. Very muddy, slippery, and rocky trail to get here, but we made it. All right, I'm boiling hot. Let's go swim. Wow, this is gorgeous.
Planning to bust my way back to town, I was offered a ride by a nice gentleman who was actually on his way to work at the bus terminal. So, from there, I made my way to my next location.
Just got dropped off at I think our last stop of the day, because we've done a lot already, and that is Fort Frederick.
Sitting atop Richmond Hill, Fort Frederick is one of 3 forts within the area. Construction began by the French in 1779, but completion was done by the British in 1783 after regaining control of Grenada.
I think I'm the only one here. It's really quiet. I don't know if that's because they're doing some restoration or just the time of day that I'm coming, but yeah, I think I have this all to myself. Just spoke to one of the gentlemen what happened here. Yesterday's a brunch event. That's why they're tearing down. I landed yesterday, so missed that.
Despite its intended purpose of protecting the harbors, Fort Frederick never saw actual combat. Today, the fort provides stunning views of St. George's Harbor, the Carriacou, and the Caribbean Sea. Back in town, I went for dinner at the Umbrella Bar, a popular recommendation by my Airbnb host.
Good morning, day number 3. Took the bus to the local port, which cost me $1, but still staying on the budget. Yesterday we spent it doing all the historical stuff. Today we're actually going to be leaving the island to visit another island called Carriacou. I guess over there we'll get to eat, explore around, swim, you know, we'll see what happens. This ticket is a round trip ticket. It's about 160 Caribbean dollars. I'm not sure what that is. I'll do the math later on. But it's a whole day affair. This ferry leaves at 9 and the return ticket is for 5. So definitely got a long day ahead of me on this island. And just as we're leaving, it started to rain. All right, it's really coming down. I'm gonna go inside.
It's about an hour-and-a-half ride for the ferry to reach the island of Carriacou.
Made it. All right, where do we go from here?
Just outside the port are buses that'll take you to town.
All right, so I just got dropped off here at Paradise Beach Club. To be honest with you, I don't really know much about this place or have any specific plans. Thought I'd just come here for lunch, chill out for a bit, maybe hit the beach, and then see if I could take a water taxi to another island.
Turns out it was closed, so it was just a 3-minute walk to the next restaurant. After lunch, I took the bus to explore the central town of the island. Once arriving, I was hoping to see the vibrant scenic city I read about, but I was seeing something entirely different.
All right, so I'm in the central area called Hillsborough, and to be honest, there doesn't seem to be much going on. I don't know if that has anything to do with the hurricane that happened almost a year ago, last July, where 70% of the island was damaged. And I learned that through a gentleman that I met on the ferry here.
Yeah, so you see that block wall that was a gable end, that was here. So that wall came down and that whole roof is gone. You see the boat still in the water.
He's from the States, and he's doing like disaster rescue missions here, rebuilding. And he's just telling me that, yeah, this place got really devastated. It's sad, but I don't think that's why there's nothing going on here, because there's only one ferry that comes in at 9 a.m. and then leaves at 5. So if there was anything to be happening here, it would be now. Kind of feel like got a lot of time to kill till 5. Really not much to do, maybe just go for a swim. Kind of feel like this was a mistake.
I ended up going back to the restaurant, and the owner arranged for a water taxi to take me to the island that I saw across earlier, which is called Sandy Island.
It only took a total of 3 minutes to arrive and requested to be picked up in an hour, leaving me to enjoy the island with only a few other people.
At least the water temperature is nice. That's one thing that's turned out to be positive for today. That's my guy. All right, here's Ronald. Time to go. I think I'm gonna do the AC room going back because I got fried. let's get some dinner. Sales was another one of those recommendations, and the coconut curry shrimp overlooking the harbor was the best meal that I had on this trip. So we are midway through this trip and this experiment of budgeting myself, and I come to the conclusion that I may not have planned my logistics correctly, because even though it would have been more expensive to stay on a beach resort or hotel, the access to the beach or restaurants would have been a lot better, because even though I am in a central area, I'm not walking distance to the beach. There are no restaurants out here. And yeah, it's a little inconvenient to always have to grab a bus and go somewhere. And to be honest with you, if I was to do this trip all over again, I think I would have paid extra to book a hotel or a resort that gave me the accessibility of a beach and restaurants and markets. Like, taking the local bus has worked out for me, but it becomes a little bit of an annoyance when you have to do it all the time, which is what I'm gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be heading to a hot spring today, and my skin is really fried from yesterday, so I'm not sure if that's the best idea to do this, but I figured because we are in the middle of this trip and we're winding down, today we'll take a day off to chill and do something very relaxing. And then later today, there's gonna be an event at a restaurant with live music and good food, so we'll be heading to that as well.
The morning started with taking the number 1 bus to the Grenada bus terminal, transferring to the number 2 bus to the Grenville terminal.
One more bus to go, number 9.
And finally, the number 9 bus, stopping at the river Sallee Sulfur Springs.
So we have just made it to River Sallee, and that took over 2 hours. Google Maps will tell you about an hour and a half, but that's not true because it's not accounting for the stops and driving very slowly through very lush but windy, beautiful, colorful roads.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Sulphur Spring. My name is Kevin. This is one of the sulphur pond we used to bathe. Coming from the natural bubbles there, this is natural air and gas. So the whole area is standing on it as a volcanic. So the sulphur good for luteal, eczema, psoriasis, acne, sunburn, sample bite, arthritis, the candy skin fungus. You have to also detox the body. We do the rinsing off. Then we got the cocoa fat from the chocolate factory. We release the moisture to the skin afterwards. In this pond here, we can pass through and through the water. What's on top, gonna dissolve at the bottom, and then gonna set it back at the floor. They're gonna pick up the water for you, then you can see the water is crystal clear. Pick it up, the sulfur gives the water the color. So here comes now, I'll go show you the sulfur. So let's come this way.
Nice.
As I said, this is good for luteal, eczema, psoriasis, acne, sunburn, dandruff, like any skin
That's
fungus.
me.
Good body, you can see the skin
Yep.
shining.
Yeah, I want to look like Kevin after this.
Continue coming to Grenada, you're gonna look like me. The main pond in the area, that will be the main pond, which is a well. No bacteria, no animal can live in this water. It's pure natural sulfur. I'm gonna get the sulfur ready for you, so then you can put the sulfur in your skin and you can flame yourself, put it on the sulfur.
And how long is this whole process going through?
Well, for me, so the longer it's still the sulfur on the body is better for you. So the time you got to spend. If you want to spend half an hour, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, I do it
So
your
like
time.
in each port, it's like
Up to you. So I'm gonna keep that for the grapes. Yeah,
I got toasted yesterday.
the sunburn.
Yeah, and went to Carriacou.
Beautiful. It's not a bench.
I'm all prepped and ready. I look like the Green Hulk. The first one is this one. I can do it as long as I want, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I think I've just about dried out. I look like the Jolly Green Giant. Now we're going to the first pool. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready for the hot one. Just washed off, now we hit the hot one. I swear those bubbles are not coming from me. Yeah, this is just what I needed.
The last step was being washed with well water before being lathered with pure cocoa oil.
Dip one finger in it, rub it in the hand, and have a smell.
like,
After going
yeah.
to the sulfur bath, use this smell to moisten the skin.
All right, so that's it. That was about an hour, I would say. very therapeutic, but it felt like I was being greased up for a bodybuilding competition. I did the whole process and now I can sit out here and bake for a little bit before heading back to town.
Anybody try the Sulphur rub? Check out Kevin at the Sulphur Springs. Also call 416-3820, so 3820. Kevin, Sulphur Springs.
I would say that, but he has a better accent than me. Take care, Kevin. Have a good day. That was great. I feel brand new. Smell like a Snickers bar. And get this, that was 100 Caribbean dollars. So $37. Yeah. Renville?
Later that evening, I headed to the Dodgy dock, popular for its weekly Wednesday events.
We are at the Dodgy dock, and the reason I came here is because on Wednesday nights, they have live music.
Welcome to street food.
Every Wednesday at the Dodgy dock, you'll see multiple vendors serving everything from classic Caribbean dishes to comfort food, drawing in the locals and visitors, all with a beautiful view of the dock.
Welcome to Lucy's Hot Spots. Get the best oil long right here. Yeah, that's the chef.
That's the chef?
Yeah.
Well done. Nice to meet you. Great. So the way it works is that you look around, you decide what you want to eat. They all cost a certain amount of tickets, and then you pick out your food and pay for it. But there's so many options here, I don't know what I'm going to get. For starters, I had the tacos, and then I worked my way up to the barbecue. My friend, chicken meat. He's making magic there, he's making magic. You think you catch it? I caught it this time. A little salt bay in there. Have a good night, man. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Take care.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone so long. Anytime she goes away, just so much. Building these candles in the sky, try to do you and I. Sunshiny day. Every street you walk on, now existence on the ground. Follow with me, girl. I don't even wanna run. Let me tell you, oh, baby, all I need is one more chance.
Good night. Today is going to be a chill day, and my plan is to spend it on the beach. There are 5 beaches within the area, but of the 3 that I visited, this one, Magazine Beach, is by far my favorite. Good morning. It's a little bit cloudy out and it just started to rain, but hopefully that clears up soon because today we're going to be doing the activity that I'm most looking forward to doing on this entire trip, and that is a 4-hour snorkeling cruise with the highlight being the underwater sculpture park, which basically started after 2 massive hurricanes hit in 2004 and 2005, which damaged a lot of the coral reef here. So they brought in British artist Jason DeCar's Taylor to kind of build this underwater sculpture park in hopes of regrowing the coral reef system, but also to maintain some of the snorkeling tourism. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that. But let's hide because it's really starting to come down now, and I'm a bit early. They start at 10.
The meetup point will be at the Grenada Yacht Club.
And 2 minutes later, the sun's back out. It's been like that in Grenada, like it'll rain for like 30 seconds or a minute, and then the sun just comes back out. Anyway, I think that's our boat for today. Antonio.
Josh,
nice to meet you. The reason I signed up for this tour is because it advertised that it also included dogs. Hi! Oh, make yourself at home.
We had a brief introduction with our Captain Derek and then set off for the underwater sculpture park.
Neon's going in the water with you. He'll take an orange life ring with him just so you can differentiate him from everybody else who might be here.
There are a few throughout the park. There should be 4. And actually there is 4.
In 2006, Molinere Bay was the first of its kind, showcasing 75 works covering an area of 800 square meters and up to depths of 5 to 8 meters, making it accessible through scuba diving or snorkeling. Amongst the many replica statues and relics lied the mermaid, which Neon said was thought to bring good luck by touching its tail.
So, anybody? If I hear something, look.
It's the tail. I don't think that counts.
One of the highlights is Vicissitudes, a ring of children of diverse backgrounds holding hands as a symbol of unity and resilience.
Wow. How long can you stay under?
For me?
Yeah.
2 minutes? Wow. Once I'm calm and relax.
Try to the deep. Oh, is it the same one that's at the harbor?
That's on the Carriacou.
Yeah.
Right, the replica was made and placed here at the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Bianca Seas.
That had to be one of the coolest experiences I've had. Definitely the best one on this trip.
We're now heading to another snorkeling spot called Flamingo Bay, where we'll also have our included lunch.
This is where Neon said the dogs would jump in, so I had my camera set up and ready to go. And just in that split second where I changed my camera to take photos, I missed it!
All that preparation, you still miss it?
I was taking photos, I didn't know they were gonna jump that soon.
We're trying to just call one of them.
That's awesome.
I was taking photos of the dogs and they just jumped in. I missed it. They made it to shore.
So it's 10 to 1 now. We'll leave here at 2:15.
Beautiful spread you got here.
Thank you, appreciate it.
What? That's incredible. Good job. That's what we paid for.
I have like a
There's dogs on this boat. That's what we paid for.
There's water.
The underwater sculpture park would have been an epic conclusion to this trip if that's how it ended, and I would be completely content. But I still have one more day here, and I was thinking of visiting another waterfall or another location, but it turns out that I am here during the week of the King of the Grill food competition or festival, which I saw them setting up for last night, and it looks like it's going to be a big event. So guess where I'll be having my lunch at? Having tons of grilled meat. So yeah, we're going to head out there later on today. Tomorrow is my flight, but my flight is not till 4 p.m. So I'm thinking that maybe I can wake up early and maybe head out to that beach again, Magazine Beach, that I enjoyed so much, and chill out there before I fly back home. And that'll be the conclusion of this 7-day Grenada trip. And it's been a pretty good one.
I made my way to the Morn Road playing field where the event was held, just as they were prepping the meats and the drinks for tonight's event.
Welcome to the King of the Grill event, and I can't think of a better way to close out this trip than to stuff my face full of Caribbean style barbecue food. Let's look around. Let's see what's going on. So the event started a little bit late. Nothing starts on time in the Caribbean. So it's a little bit slow right now, so let's see if it picks up later on.
Yes! Light out! You've got 3 hours within which to produce your production and present to the judges. May the best team win.
You guys in the competition? Yeah. Are you gonna win?
Yeah, we winning today.
What's your secret to winning?
Huh?
What's your secret?
What's my secret?
I got my shots, but I don't know how long I'm gonna stick around for because the event started like 2 hours late and it's boiling hot outside. I'm also very hungry, so let's pick something to eat and we'll see how long we'll stick around. Thank you. It's all over my face and my fingers. I can't get it off.
Round 1 done, now time to check out another station.
Alright, so that was King of the Grill. No idea who won. I had the barbecue ribs, chicken, and burger that was recommended to me by a guy from the US who moved here a year and a half ago. But I thought I was recording and I wasn't. And I'm not about to eat another burger to record it on film. I'm stuffed. What a wonderful way to end a 1-week trip. That's a wrap on Grenada. See ya.
Later that evening, I went back to see if the event had picked up, and it definitely did. Then the following morning, I went back to Magazine Beach before catching my flight back home.
Goodbye, Grenada. It's been nice.
Grenada was a nice and easy in-between trip, especially with just a week to travel, seeing as the island is very small. But for its size, it offers lots, from leisure time on many of its pristine beaches, to outdoor activities, culture, events, and entertainment. And don't feel surprised if you feel like you're amongst the locals.
You think you catch it? I caught it this time.
Whether you're a solo traveler like me, traveling on a budget, or prefer luxury resorts, it's certainly possible. But at the end of the day, no matter what you choose, we'll most likely find ourselves in the same locations, feeling a mutual sentiment of Grenada's beauty. Till the next one.
feel like I'm being greased up for a weightlifting competition. Rating the shape of Grenada. I mean, basically made. Hey, hello. I'm trying to film here, and she won't stop bothering me. Let me film. Let me film. No. There's nothing in there.
Did you see that?